Hello and welcome to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business Today featuring the top of Virginia Regional Chamber's Rising Leadership Program graduates. I attended their graduation ceremony last week. We also hosted them at the River 95.3 a few weeks ago to give them some insight into local radio and communications. So we're going to start off the show today with some clips from the graduation, beginning with some of Cynthia's speech. She is the CEO at the top of Virginia Regional Chamber. Then we'll hear from some of the graduates about their experiences in the program. It was a pretty hopping evening, so forgive some of the background noise.
You all have already mastered many leadership principles. You showed up. That is number one. Your employers are looking for people who will show up on time every day, and you did just that. You also showed up usually early. You also showed up every day dressed appropriately, and that was part of the criteria, and you did that. You were engaged, you worked together. I think you've made some new friends. I hope you have. I saw a lot of interactions. The first day they were really quiet, but I saw a lot more interaction every day. So some of you may not be familiar with this program, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. The program was designed to cultivate leaders in the rising generation that radiate confidence. Sierra Learnership Collaborative, Sierra Collins here, she helped us. That was your language, I remember when we were putting this program together 2 years ago, that we wanted young people that would radiate confidence. And I think that's what we are seeing. A lot more confidence by the end of the 6 sessions, more clarity about what you might want to do, what feels good about work, and what you didn't like. There were probably some things that you saw that you were like very clear, checked off your list. I do not want to spend my life doing that. And then there were others that say that's more appealing to me than I thought it would be. That's what we are looking for, providing experiential learning that would be a catalyst for the development of a dynamic workforce in the top of Virginia region. This program is patterned after our 28-year-old community leadership program. That is such a successful program in learning about the community, just as your students have done today. The focus there is, how do I become a community leader? What goes on in the background? When I took the program, I left and I vowed I would never again be an armchair quarterback. When I saw what it took to create a budget and having to make some of the hard decisions when I was doing it, they were at that time, do we put a new roof on Ayler Middle School? Do we buy new buses? Or do we give the teachers raises? That was hard. All of those were really important decisions. And so at that point, you realize what legislators and administrators in our government systems have to work with. That's part of what the community leadership program kind of exposes you to. You get to meet top leaders in all of the different industries and businesses throughout the community, and it really gives you a good bird's eye view. And then again, as the students are looking for a career path, that may be looking for a way to serve in the community as a leader. So during the program, all of these students are either juniors or seniors at the high school level, either rising, or a couple of them had just graduated. They were offered an opportunity to 6 full-day sections that focused on different topics. Their first day was business and leadership. Their second day was leadership and communications. Then community culture and agriculture, public safety and government, healthcare, nonprofits, and then today, forestry and career exploration.
Up next is part of Ava Funkhauser's speech about her experience in the Rising Leadership Program. Ava was elected as one of the speakers for the graduation ceremony by the other participants in the class.
So when I first started this program, I thought we'd be learning about leadership in the traditional sense, like public speaking, professionalism, networking, and we definitely did. But what I didn't expect was how much I'd learn about myself and what kind of leader I want to be and what leadership really is and what that means. To me, being a leader isn't about having all the answers or knowing exactly where you're going. And I used to think that it meant always being at the front, being outspoken, and having a clear path. Turns out it's so much more real and human than that. It's about listening. It's about caring. It's about showing up for people even when things feel uncertain. Being a leader is about who you are when nobody's watching and who you become when people are counting on you. It's about lifting people up and the impact you have on others. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. And more than anything, it's about the people. Leaders come in all forms. Leaders are people who care. Leaders are people who notice the quiet voices in the room and invite them to speak. Leaders believe in progress more than perfection, and most importantly, they believe in people. Throughout the program, the same question was always asked. When you were in high school, did you think you'd be where you are now? And almost every single time, the answer was no. No one had it all figured out and nobody had a perfect plan. And yet, all of these people have built businesses, created change, led teams, and impacted their communities. That has stuck with me more than anything. It's easy to think that by the time you're 17 or 18, you're supposed to have it all figured out. Your future, your path, and your passion. But the truth is, so much of leadership, and honestly, so much of life, is about growing into the person you're meant to become, even when you're not sure where that path will lead. And that's okay. Being in this program didn't just teach me what a leader is. It helped me realize that I already have what it takes to be one. And so do the people sitting beside me today. We've all grown in ways we didn't expect, whether it was stepping out of our comfort zones, learning from each other, or simply learning how to see ourselves in a different light. I don't know exactly where I'll end up, but I know I want to make a difference. I want to lead in a way that uplifts others. I want to bring kindness into spaces where it's been forgotten. I want to create a community that feels more like home for the people who live in it. And I know I have the tools, the voice, and the heart to begin. So thank you again to the Chamber, to our mentors, to my fellow students, and to everyone who poured their knowledge and support into us throughout this opportunity. This program has left a permanent mark on me, and I hope to carry its lessons with me wherever I go. And if you're wondering whether you're on the right path or doing enough or becoming who you're meant to be, just know it's okay not to know. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep leading.
Tell me your name, your grade, and your school.
My name is Ava Funkhauser. I just graduated from Millbrook High School, and I'm going to be a freshman at Laurel Ridge Community College to study social sciences and human services.
And you're graduating tonight from the Arising Leadership Program. I got to meet you and spend some time with you when you guys came and did a tour of the radio station. What did you think of the program overall?
I really loved the whole program overall. I learned a lot about myself and the kind of leader I want to be and the heart that it actually takes to be.
The one thing that I appreciate about this class is that it does bring you from Millbrook, Jameswood High School, Hanley High School, Clark County High School. There are a bunch of kids that come together that you may not have met had you all not been in this class together. Do you think you're still gonna stay in touch with some of them after the fact?
I think we for sure might. We've completely grown together throughout this entire program, and we've all collectively learned a lot about ourselves, about each other, what being a leader means, about big leaders in our community. And yeah, I think I want to stay in touch with some of the people here.
Is there something that you learned during this process that you feel like you're going to take with you now into your college life as well as your adult life?
I would say for sure one thing I'm going to take with me is that anybody can be a leader. Being in this program didn't just teach me what a leader is, it helped me realize that I already have what it takes to be one. And so do all the people sitting beside me today. We've all grown together, and it was a big part of stepping out of our comfort zones, learning from each other. But I think my key takeaway is that everybody has what it takes to be a leader, and everybody has the heart to do it.
Would you recommend this program to other? I know you're gone from Millbrook now, but I'm sure you still have friends that are there. Would you tell them this is a good idea, they should participate?
Oh yeah, 100%. It gives you so much knowledge about our community, and it helps you realize that leaders are just ordinary people sitting beside you. Leaders are people with heart, with strength, courage, and who listen.
Congratulations, and thank you for taking some time.
Thank you so much.
My name is Kobe Kearns. I'm a rising senior at Jameswood High School.
Go Colonels. It's a
Yes,
reflex.
ma'am.
I have to say it every time somebody says Jameswood High School. So tell me, what was your favorite thing about going through this Arising Leadership Program?
My favorite thing had to be meeting new friends and just meeting new people and like the businesses and the job experiences that you get to learn, all the different career options there are.
Was it what you thought it was going to be when you signed up? You thought it was going to be one thing. Did it end up being that as you went through the program?
It was actually completely different. When I first started, I thought it was going to be this boring thing. I'm doing it just for the experience of learning new things. And then when I got into it, when I started meeting my people and my fellow friends, it just clicked to me that this is actually really fun, and I actually had a lot of fun, and I'm actually really sad that it's ending.
Are you going to stay in touch with some of the other kids that were in the class with you?
Actually, yes, we just created a big group chat, and we're gonna go to MSV and get dinner and go eat with the dinosaur exhibit here in a few weeks.
That is awesome. Congratulations on graduation.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
My name is Kiane. I'm a rising senior at John Hanley High School.
Tell me what your favorite thing about this whole Arising Leadership Program was for you.
So honestly, the whole part was great. Educationally, it was probably the police station for me because I want to major in criminology when I get out of high school. But the best part was probably meeting new people and getting the chance to express myself in a different way I didn't know I could. And honestly, I just loved it. I'm glad I had the opportunity. I'm thankful for all of it.
Do you think you're staying in touch with a lot of the kids that you took this class with?
Hopefully, I do go to school with a few of the kids that are here, and I do want to keep in touch with some other kids too, because I've grown a friendship with them from being here, so I hope so.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much.
My name is Brendan Luttrell. I'm a rising senior in Millbrook High School.
You're graduating tonight from the ALP, a Rising Leadership Program. What was your favorite thing about all of the different things that you did during this program?
I think my favorite thing was the people I got to meet, the friends that I made, along with all the people at different companies I meet. Like, they were such nice people, and I can relate to them, which, like, most of them didn't know what they were going to do coming into the senior year of high school. And I feel like most of the kids here can relate to that, and that was really cool for all of us to see.
You looked shockingly a lot like the guy that you're standing next to. So tell me your name, your grade, and what school you go to.
I'm Colton Luttrell. I'm a rising senior at Millbrook.
And what was your favorite thing about the Rising Leadership Program?
It's a little similar, but meeting people along the way and getting to go to all these businesses together and all the things we learn and the different types of jobs and like setting a career path for us, helping us relieve some stress and anxiety we had.
Did this make you decide there might be something else that you want to do?
Oh yeah, I definitely have explored my possibilities, and this has helped me decide what business I might want to go into with my career that I might want to go into. Because it's not just, oh, I want this career, so I have to go to this business.
I'd probably say I've been able to open my opportunities and possibilities because I was pretty unsure of what I wanted to do. So this has helped me get in my comfort zone and explore some new things I want to try.
Okay, so my last question isn't really a question. But I was upstairs a second ago looking down on everybody enjoying themselves, and I noticed that one of the girls in the class came and sat at the table next to you guys, and all of you guys at one table stood up until she sat down. Where did you learn that, and why did you do that?
Before our graduation tonight, we had a little manners session that we learned all our eating manners, our table etiquette, all those type of things.
Are you going to do that from now on when your mom gets up from the table?
Definitely. My mom's the most important woman you could ever have in your life, so.
You get bonus points for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations to both of you, and good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with more about the Top of Virginia Regional Chambers A Rising Leadership Program in just a couple of minutes. In just one day, you can help shape a stronger, more connected community. On September 19th, United Way of Northern Shenandoah Valley will lead Day of Caring, the region's largest single-day volunteer event. Over 900 volunteers will roll up their sleeves to help local nonprofits with projects that matter. Painting classrooms, repairing shelters, planting gardens, organizing food pantries. Whether you're a business looking to sponsor, a nonprofit in need of an extra set of hands, or a neighbor ready to serve, there's a place for you on Day of Caring. This is what community looks like when we come together. This is care in action. Learn how to get involved at unitedwaynsv.org/dayofcaring or email dayofcaring@unitedwaynsv.org. One day, hundreds of hands, lasting impact. Join us. Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business Today, and we are featuring the Top of Virginia Regional Chambers A Rising Leadership Program. In the first segment, you heard from several of the graduates. Up next, we're going to talk with Logan Thompson from Carmuse Lime and Stone. They were the presenting sponsor of this program and made it possible for the students to attend at no cost. So I'm now standing here with Logan Thompson. He is the area Operations Manager for Carmuse. A title improvement since I think you were on the show a while back. But Carmuse is one of the main sponsors of the Rising Leadership Program. I know something like this is near and dear to your heart, but why be involved in a program like this?
Yeah, hey, great question. Thanks for having us. Leadership, very near and dear to Carmuse's heart, and leadership in the local community because of our presence here with a lot of local folks. We have second, third, fourth generation folks working for us here, a lot of locally educated guys, and we want to be one of the places that attracts people in a program like this to come back and work in the area. From finance to quarry management to engineering and everything in between is what makes the world go round, especially for us at Carbuse, and what better way to give a little bit more back to local students. And these were some high-performing folks. They came out and toured the plant. We had a great time with them this week, yeah.
I think you're a really good example too of don't pigeonhole what you think you might want to do, because there are so many opportunities at a company that you think you know something about until you get that tour.
Right. You would have never hear me say that I would work for the local limestone quarry when I was in high school in Stevens City, but now I couldn't imagine doing anything else, plugged in locally and just having a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Thank you for your support and for giving me a minute.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I am now standing here with Kaylee Fincham. And Kaylee, this wasn't technically your program this year. You created it, you started it, you ran it all last year and did the first batch of teenagers. This year you were kind of on the outside looking in, but you were everywhere anyway. How cool is it to see this program in its second year and watch all those kids tonight walk across that stage?
Definitely a bittersweet moment. I'm not gonna lie. When Saber took it over, she led it great, but it's still my baby. You just meet all these wonderful kids, and at first they're a little quiet, timid, reserved to themselves, but I'll tell you what, 3 days in, it's like they come out of their shell. It's great the connections they meet from different high schools. They come together, work together, exchange phone numbers. It's just really nice, especially at graduation. It's all one big group.
So the boys told me they already have started a group chat, just so you know. So your wish and dream has come true. They're all going to stay in touch after they leave here tonight.
Oh, that makes me feel so good. Yes.
Good job laying the foundation, and good job making sure that some of the boxes were checked and the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed this year. I couldn't have gotten through all of those kids at the radio station without you there to prop me up a little bit. So I appreciate you.
It's just really nice with these kids. They come out here, they have an expectation of kind of what they think this program's gonna be. They have an idea of if they want to go to school, they have an idea of what they want to do in their life. But I love it when all these community leaders come together, they plant little seeds in their brains. So then they start getting their mind just more, the juice is flowing and everything. And then all of a sudden a light bulb will go off and some of these kids are actually changing their career paths. And it's really nice to see, because that's what we want, is because there's so much growth and potential in our area. And we want these kids to stay here and to get an experience that you could meet your next CEO or the boots on the ground in manufacturing. Possibilities are endless.
Cynthia Schneider, CEO, Topper Virginia Regional Chamber. We came outside to sit for just a minute. There was a lot of excitement. There was a lot of energy, and there were a lot of proud parents and proud teenagers. They were very proud of themselves for going through this program and learning what they learned. I was watching you, though, when each of them were up there giving their speeches. So Ava gave a speech and Eli gave a speech. I was worried that I would have to bring you a box of tissues because I thought you might lose it up there as they were talking. What is this like for you to watch these kids graduate?
This is the culmination of an almost 10-year goal. And so to see the reality of it and the success of the program now, 2 years running, like I have every confidence that in 30 years, we're going to see some of these folks, children perhaps, in this program. Or we're going to see them in our community leadership program as community leaders. And now getting that vision, like having the program was a vision. I'm just in awe of how beautifully it's rolling out. I want to give a huge shout out to Carmoose. If it hadn't been for Carmoose's support as a presenting sponsor, I wouldn't have had the guts and the courage to step out and really make it happen. And so that was so beautiful. They were really looking for how to make a stronger impact in the community. Got connected to another member who we were able to make the suggestion to them, and they jumped right on it. And because of them, we then had the confidence to launch, knowing that we could pay for every student. Then our members just jumped on board. So we've been able to offer this program, no cost to the students. And a portion of the proceeds go to the scholarship fund that we're building, which we hope will begin providing a scholarship to at least one of these rising leaders each year in the future.
I thoroughly enjoyed the day that we had them at the radio station. I was even more impressed tonight. Eli talking about how his mom told him this was something he was going to do. There wasn't really an option.
And that's quite often the case for a lot of them.
But he said he missed a trip to Hershey Park and did not regret it at all. Wouldn't have changed anything. And then just now before we came outside, one of the girls came up telling Kaylee how much she enjoyed it. Kaylee asked her what she was going to do the rest of the summer. And she goes, I think we're going to the beach. And I think we're going to Busch Gardens. But honestly, I don't think either of those are going to be as fun as what I've had here. I'm really going to miss doing this class. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, I'm just in awe, really, and stunned at the success again this year. Watching them transform from day one. They come in, they don't know each other. You just wonder, are they going to have fun? Because probably half of them were here because their parents told them to be. They said, this is going to be good for you. But tonight, watching the camaraderie and the friendships that were built, and we hear from students from last year, like they've made lifelong friends. Very much like our community leadership program, where you have a cohort and then you are still friends 20, 30 years later.
Are you doing the twin thing on purpose?
No,
Is that an accident?
It just happened. Yep, just happened.
And when I saw Jeremy Luttrell's twins,
Yeah.
I said, wait, John Fox's twins were
Yeah.
part of this last year, and this year you had 2 sets of twins?
Yes, we did. One set of girls, one set of boys.
Good job. Congratulations. You should be as proud as all of them that walked across the
I am.
stage tonight.
Yep, and of our staff. And it's such a team effort. It's now under Sabre Beach's responsibilities as Director of Programs and Services. Kaylee Fincham helped launch the program initially last year, so Kaylee worked with Sabre to get her off and running, but it takes the whole staff. Jenny's in the background making the PowerPoints and making sure social media's out with the pictures of the day, and Danita's got to spend a day with the students, so quite the team effort.
Well, that's it for us today. I think it's safe to say that as far as these 20 or so students are concerned, our future is looking pretty bright. If you're interested in supporting this program in the future, or you want to participate in the community leadership program, the adult version of ALP, head over to regionalchamber.biz and get all the information. Again, sorry about some of the background noise, but when you're on location, you take what you can get. I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.